In our last lesson, we learned how to calculate IMA for a bolt. And that wasn't too difficult. You took the circumference divided by the pitch, and it gave you 50.24 inches as the circumference, which we'll call in this exercise D of E. And it also gave you 1/20th or 0.05 inches for the pitch, which we'll call D of R for this exercise. So when we're calculating AMA, we've got to find the force of resistance divided by the force of effort. So let's look back on our diagram. We've added a force of effort. So if we have to push 30 pounds of force on this wrench to get it to turn, then how much are we putting on, how much resistance is the bolt giving us? So that's what we've got to calculate in this example. We know D of E, D of R, and F of E, so we can go back to our old standard of F of E times D of E equals F of R times D of R and calculate the mechanical advantage, or the force resistance, not the mechanical advantage, but the force resistance in this equation. So we're going to set up the equation F of E times D of E equals F of R times D of R. And we're going to find that 30 pounds times 50.24 inches will be equal to F of R times 0.05 inches. So where did I get these two numbers? I got these two numbers from our last equation. And you can look here and you can find 50.24 inches is the same thing as the circumference that the wrench makes, and is also a substitution for D of E in this equation for IMA. So D of E is now 50.24. D of R is the pitch of the bolt, which is 1/20th, and in decimal it's 0.05. So we go back here, and now that we know 30 pounds, we know D of E, and we know D of R, we can easily calculate for F of R. The next step is to divide both sides of the equation by 0.05 inches. So we're going to factor out 0.05 inches on this side. We're going to factor out inches on this side. So if you do the calculation, you multiply 30 times 50.24 and divide it by 0.05, you get a total of 30,144 pounds of force of resistance. So in our PowerPoint, we talked about how large our mechanical advantages would be, and our forces would be huge. So this is an example of that. So now that we know the force of resistance, now we've got to go back and we've got to calculate what is AMA. We know the force of resistance is 30,144, and we simply divide it by our force of effort of 30 pounds, and that'll give us our force of, or give us our actual mechanical advantage. So we set it up again. AMA is equal to the force of resistance, we just calculated it, 30,144 pounds divided by 30 pounds. And lo and behold, our answer is, ta-da, 1004.8 to 1. Pounds factors out, and we end up with the same calculation that we came up with for IMA, 1004.8 to 1. So if we do the efficiency is AMA divided by IMA, or in this case, since both of those are the same, it comes out to 1. So I hope these two videos have helped you understand a little bit about how you get some of the data and to figure out your mechanical advantages. And I hope you get 100 on the test. Look at these, set up some things, change the numbers around, practice doing them a couple of times so you'll be ready to take the test. So good luck.